A couple of months back, I was in a particular business of clothing, and I looked and looked for, here in Dubai, I searched and searched for a tailor that could make clothes for people. I could not find one. I was only able to find ones from back in Africa. So guys, this is the second part of the video where I told you earlier that you can make money in whichever country you are. Now earlier I did that for the skilled or the educated people who are educated. Now I'm going to do for the uneducated. Now this one, even if you are educated, you can as well jump in, you can as well do this. It's all about what you can do with your hands or what you can be smart about and get it into action. So guys, these are for those who did not attend school or those who are not willing to go for any form of maybe certification or not. Although these ones, some of these jobs that I'm going to mention, sometimes depending on where you work, depending on the kind of society you're in, they might need certifications. Actually in Dubai, 95% of whatever you're doing, if not 100%, actually needs certification and government license for you to operate. If you're going to be operating legally, it is expected that first of all you get your visa and you get a work permit. And of course, when your business is becoming big, you ought to register so you'll be able to operate legally. So guys, on this list of unskilled workers or for businesses you can set up without going to school, the first thing I want to talk about is hairstyling. Yes, the job of hairstylist. Now you can do that both as a man or as a woman. It's a male and female thing. A man can learn how to make the female hair. A female can learn how to cut the male hair. You understand? You can have a salon. And as well, you don't necessarily need a salon to start. You can actually just buy a clipper. If you want to go by the hairstyling for the guys for cutting of hair, you can just go by getting your personal equipment. Try to get the clipper and make sure you're good at that. If you're good at what you're doing, believe you me, it won't take you a long time. It will not take you up to 6 months before you can secure a shop for yourself. Now, not just by securing a shop. When you start in the first place, you should start by giving home delivery. You have people in the church where you attend churches. You have friends. You have meetings you attend to. You have people you've been to work with. Former colleagues. Yeah, I'm talking about being alone. You can also be on your own. You can as well use it as a side hustle. So you start with home delivery. You go there, don't charge much. Get to do whatever they want. Get to cut their hair, give them whichever styles they actually request for. That's why you need to be good. So you can start with home service. This can as well go for the ladies. For the ladies kind of hairstyling, you know. Deliver for home services. Go and make the lady's hair in her own home. She gives you a call on her, and then you get to come around, make her hair. Be you a guy or a lady. You know, these days, even guys actually make the hair too. So the dreadlocks, you know, the cornrows and stuff like that. Men actually get to play their hair too. So you have quite a target audience here, you know. Yes, you do. So those are some of the businesses you can start, and then get a big picture of expanding yourself, getting a place and then employing workers. While you're doing that, have in mind infusion of manicure and pedicure. You don't necessarily need to be the one to know all these things. You can employ other people who know how to do it, who are experts on it, who have gone for the training. Manicure and pedicure, taking care of the fingers, fingernails, and the toenails and all that. You can infuse the eyebrow fixing, you know. You can infuse the beauty makeups. Those are the businesses. So guys, I'm going to run as much as I can so I can tell you all this. The next on the list is becoming a local food vendor. Now, becoming a local food vendor can comprise of two things. You might be someone who is getting local foods and then you're selling the items. And then you can also be someone who is getting the items and then you also cook them. And if you can actually match this, the sky will just be the starting point, you know. You sell the food ingredients. People actually always looking for local ingredients from your own country. From your own country, they always need it. The local ingredients you use back home, they're always looking for that. So you can as well infuse that, and while you're cooking on the other parts, you can as well set up an exporting business. Yes, you don't actually need, you just need to be legal before you can set that up. How can you set this up? Let's say, for instance, you want to export things like wares, that's clothes on shoes, caps and stuff like that. It is just to go and meet the buyer, get the people who want such, or people who are into such business back at home in your country. Make sure you get it as cheap as, and it is quality enough. Get to contact these people, get to tell people who can get into the market, and give you send them some samples. They look at it. Once it is good, you have a business. Definitely it is good, it has a good quality, and it's cheap. Definitely they're going to patronize you. Definitely you just started a business. So the same thing goes for electricals. You can go for electricals. You can go for, that is electronics. You can go for car parts, exporting of car parts. This one is very lucrative because people actually have that. You can go for selling of gold. Yes, gold jewelry. Now, one thing, guys, like for instance, for Africans, one thing you should know and look around you. If you look around you very well, you realize that people always need or want to maintain that wares. For instance, in Dubai, you see that Pakistanis always want to maintain their native wares or their culture while wearing their own native wares. Indians, or some Indians, want to maintain theirs too while wearing their native or cultural wares. Africans want to do that too. Believe you me, so many Africans want to do that. A couple of months back, I was in a particular business of clothing, and I looked and looked for, here in Dubai, I searched and searched for a tailor that could make clothes for people. I could not find one. I was only able to find ones from back in Africa. So it is something that someone can come here, or something that you can do in whichever country where you are. I believe it will be that lucrative. Get to become a tailor, get to be able to sew good and quality local wares. The senator kind of cloth, materials, you have to know good materials. You have to be able to know where to get or secure them, and you have to get good measurements of your clients and give them the in thing that they want. This business will actually boom a lot, a whole lot. Now the next, guys, will be renting of apartments, renting of bed spaces, renting of rooms and or partitions. Now you will agree with me that whichever country you are in, you either rented a place. If you did not rent, if you're not on rentage now, you must have rented by the time you came into that country. Now currently in Dubai, it is a very, very lucrative business to have a renting, to have apartments, studio apartments, mention them, rooms, flats, bed spaces, even bed spaces for renting. When you actually have that, you make a whole lot of money every month on it. It is very, very lucrative, guys. If I start mentioning the amount of money people pay for just bed spaces, we're not talking about apartments now, because apartments are really a luxury over here, So imagine that in the country where you are, you can approach a particular owner of a place or a particular landlord, tell them you can get them people who can actually who can get to live in their place. Ask them for the money and then tell them that you can get them for a certain percentage. Yes, you need to inform the owner. You don't just go and put up a business and stuff like that. Tell them you get them someone and that you'll be adding something, you'll be taking your own percentage. That way there will be no clash. Then after doing that, you can go over to all these travel agencies, travel consultancy firms or travel firms. Get to consult them. They always have people who are coming into the country. Even if maybe the travel consultants or travel firms, if they have their own places for rent, they cannot accommodate all the number of people who are coming in. They cannot. Believe you me, when you bring the business to them, they will be interested and you will make a whole lot of money. Renting is a good one. You just have to charge good. When you charge good money, guys, you will always get referred by people. When you overcharge, you limit yourself. Believe you me, if you think you're charging higher and you're still successful, that means you are limiting yourself. You don't know where you could have been. You would have been higher than you think you are. No. You would have been double what you are currently. So that's why I say always bring down and apply honesty and integrity in whatever you're doing. The next thing on this list is you can actually get to import or bring about cosmetic shops. This one you can get them online. You can get it online. Cosmetic shop. Now, how do you find out which things, what and what to actually get to buy? You can make a list. You can ask people in your church. Make it like a joke. You're asking people what they actually need. What kind of soap do you use? What kind of cream do you use? What kind of perfume do you use? You know, do you use cream for your hands? Because there are people who actually use cream just for the hands. There are people who actually use cream just for the face. There are people who use cream for the body alone. There are people who actually apply cream just for the hair, you know. So you can ask that, get a list of this. Those people are your target audiences. They are your target audience. So you get to get what they want and then you bring it in quantity. Get to know who and who wants what. And then you start it up. Start with where you are, bring it in with where you are. The reason I say you should ask first before bringing, don't imagine. Do not imagine. You need like asking of questions, what we call questionnaire. If you can draft it up in a paper, draft it up. But if you cannot, for me, I think it is better for you to go face to face, ask questions. Ask, make it like a joke, make it like just, yes, people will tell you. Just a few people, it is just a few people who don't want to tell. If they actually inquire, you tell them you actually want to start something like that. That way you're already advertising yourself. But make sure you are actually going to deliver after telling them this is what you want to get into. So you can sell those creams and other beauty accessories. You can be selling eyelashes. You can be selling other things, all other cosmetics and the accessories as a whole, you know, everything concerning cosmetics. Now guys, the next on the list is herbs, herbal materials. Now these herbal materials, you and I know, it actually has parts. Herbal materials or herbal ingredients, there are ones you use for cooking, there are ones you can use for beauty, there are ones you can use for health reasons. Now guys, warning please, I need to tell you this. There are herbs that are not admitted or allowed into some countries, so you have to check that. You have to be careful about that. There are some herbs that are not allowed into countries. Please, what I mean by herbs are those kind of maybe tree bark or some leaves that you get to use. Maybe you cook them, boil them, and then you bring out the water and drink. Those are the things I mean. Those kind of tree barks or leaves or kind of fruits that you get to cook, boil the water, and then you get to drink. Something like that. Herbal mixtures. So guys, that's a business you can as well do. You can import it for people who want to use it for cooking. You can import it for people who want to use it for beauty sakes. Yes, they actually use herb for beauty, for beautification. You can also import it. It is much more lucrative these days for people who are actually using it for health reasons. Yeah, herbs can be used for that. You import those, you get to make your money from them, and then, like I said, employ honesty and integrity, and you will make it to the top. Now guys, I want to tell you all these things that you have actually set up. When you set up this business, don't just go online and start chatting your friends on Facebook, and then you want to catch up on old places, on old times and all that. Go on Facebook, go on Instagram, go on whichever one. There are other sites you can go on. When your friend cannot help you in your business or subscribe to your own business or subscribe to your channel because of your business or follow you on Instagram, my friend, that friend is not worthy to be a friend. Yes, I am telling you that. People should be able to support individuals in whatever they are doing, whatever they're trying to do to make a living. So you go on Instagram, you advertise whatever you're doing. You go on Twitter, you advertise whatever you're doing. Have your link. You can always get your link there. I'm going to make a video later on how to get your links on your social media and how to post them in groups. And you go to your Facebook groups, share your link, tell people what you do. Look for business groups on Facebook. Don't just go there and browse what is actually not important to you. Browse them, get to tell people what you do, get to give them your link and give out your contact. Guys, it's very important. When you are giving a link, you can give a contact in which they can easily get you. And please, when they come to your inbox or DM you, when they DM you, you need to reply. If it is becoming much, if you're having too much people, you employ too much people. And that brings me, guys, to the next level, which is you trying to expand your business. And this business is good and is booming, try to expand. Think big. That is the picture. That is the picture, guys. Think big. Try to expand by getting more hands. If you want to make it big, you have to get more hands, get more people who are good in what they are doing. If they are not good, get people whom you can train. Yes, you need to get people whom you can train, because sometimes the people who are actually good sees how good the business is, and they tend to leave you and create their own business. So that means you need to bring in new people whom you can get to train and get to trust them to be with you for a good number of years. If at all they are going to sever or part from you to open their own, it will be at a long run. There are other social media outlets or platforms which you can get to sell these your products to. There is Mel2. Just type on your Google Mel2, MELLTOO. There is Shopify, SHOPIFY. Yes, guys, you can do that. There is Amazon. Amazon can help you too. You can register your businesses on that, and then they get to help you sell. What I'm going to tell you is keep pushing this business, and never relent in being consistent. It is your business. Treat it as if it is a daily job for you. Don't give yourself a long break. Keep pushing it. Time is going to come when you're going to relax. At that time, you already set it up. The business can now run on its own. You have people running it, and then you can become the boss. With that said, guys, this is the end of today's teaching, and I'm going to implore you, please give this video a thumbs up and then get to subscribe. You see that subscribe red button there? Click on it, guys. When you like this video, YouTube is going to suggest this video to more people. So guys, please do that, and let's move on. Thank you, and I love you.